Joshua had that big 9th round that everybody's been waiting for from him in these fights, and showed what he had to show to try to pull it out of the fight, because he was way behind. Unless you go on the corrupt judge's card, he was way behind on my card. I had it, the final score 9-3. I could see someone saying 8-4, but I had it 9-3, nothing short of 8-4. I wouldn't.
For the record, Feldman had it 5-1 for Joshua halfway through the fight.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was doing his job. It's not the job
exactly
that we want people to do, but it's the job that somebody else wanted him to do. It's not the job that the laws want him to do, that his profession wants him to do, that the boxing sport wants him to do. That
his integrity should want him to do. Have some integrity and be honest.
Yeah, it's not the job that he's paid to do. I think, or maybe it is the job he's paid to do, but not the job that professionally by the sport of boxing he's paid to do. He's paid by someone else, maybe outside the sport or maybe inside the sport, as a side thing, or taken care of in some way. Something influences him. There's something going on. Like Cusamato would say, it's either incompetence or corruption. And I don't think anyone could be that incompetent. I really don't. Cus used to say that too. So then you have to go with corruption. And it happens too often. It's just something that we can't just say it's boxing and shrug our shoulders. We have to try to do anything, And me talking about the corruption in sport, it lost me a job at ESPN. All right, I'm not telling people to lose their job and do what I did, but you got to do something. You got to do it within your comfort level, but you got to do something if you care about such things. Otherwise, you can't complain when it goes the other way against your guy. And getting to the fight, there was one guy that was stalking and posing, looking. And there was another guy that was boxing, pot-shotting, countering, winning rounds. That was Usyk. And I had it 6-1 after 7 rounds. And then finally the 8th round, Joshua broke through with that round. He started going to the body. And then he had the big 9th round, obviously, where he hurt Usyk and, really had him in trouble. And then Usyk responded again like a champion in the 10th round. Then the 11th round, again. And then the 12th, he finished. And I thought it was a one-sided boxing match up to the 9th round. So he had the 8th and 9th. All right. Again, 10th round, what does Usyk do? He wins the fight. He goes, and Joshua had a chance to close it out in the 9th. He didn't close it out. Usyk comes right back. He claims victory right there by doing what he had to do.
What'd you think on the 12th round? Because Feldman gave Joshua the 12th round as well.
Well, I think that I think like I said a few months ago, and we got a lot of attention for it, where it was an anatomy for fix instead of anatomy for murder. And Rob put it up the way I wanted to put it up. It got a lot of views, a lot of attention. I think this was anatomy for fix part 2, where you do what you got to do if you want to fix a fight. You get your guy way ahead. He got him way ahead. And he had to really do some bad, dishonest judging to get him way ahead. I had the first round, after 2 rounds, I had it 1-1. After 2 rounds, I had it 1-1. But then after that, I didn't give another round, as I said, to the 8th round. I had it 6-1 going into the 8th. It was all the boxing lesson, the sweet science, as you said, being delved out by Usyk. And then, of course, we get to the 8th and 9th round. I thought that the judge, Feldman, who had it incredibly and very, very upsetting to see this, had it for, Joshua. I thought that, again, you're going to fix a fight, get your guy out in front. and then play with it. Play around with it a little bit. Play, keep it close, but keep your guy ahead. Play around. So he played around, and then he got caught up, Ken. He got a little caught up a little. He almost got in trouble because he wins. He goes and wins the 8th and 9th, Joshua, which is good for Feldman, the crooked judge or the incompetent crooked judge, whatever he was. He gets it wrong. I mean, he gets a chance to go down easy street, and the 8th and 9th, okay, give it to Joshua, of course. So now he had to fight fairly close because he had to keep it close, and all of a sudden, bang! He doesn't expect Usyk. Nobody knows if he's going to do. But Usyk behaves like the champion he is, the fighter that he is, the mentally tough guy that he is, and he comes back and wins the 10th and the 11th and the 12th. And every other judge, the other two judges had it that way. They had it that way. The way I had it, the way you had it, the way most of our fans, I would say, probably had it. But what happened was this judge, Feldman, he says, oh my God, it's close now. I have to give the 10th round to Usyk because if I don't, everybody will know what I'm doing. The gig will be up. I have to give that round to him. I have to give the 11th round to him. And all of a sudden he's looking at his scorecard and it's a draw. It's going to be a draw. It's going to be a draw if he goes again and gives the round in the 12th to the man who won it, Usyk. He says, oh, even though it's been all one-way traffic, I got to change. I got to go against the traffic here. I got to save my card. I got to do my job here. and I got to give it now, the 12th round, to Joshua. Because I got myself in a corner, and I'll be damned if I'm going to be left in this corner. Not after working so hard all night to get this thing done the way I want to get it done. No way. I'm gonna get out of this the way I need to get out of this and the way I intended to get out of this. So he got jammed up a little bit. Again, when Usyk comes back like a barnstormer in that 10th round, he can't do a damn thing but give it to Usyk. I mean, they'd be bringing the United States Marshals in if he gave it to anyone else.
Feldman, after having it so one-sided early, was probably praying for an Usyk knockout so his card wouldn't be so scrutinized because he had to know, I'm going to get
a Joshua knockout.
But even Usyk, because if Usyk gets the knockout, he's like, oh shit, I'm off the hook. My scorecard isn't going to matter because he has to know I'm going to get killed for this. If the judge who had it 15-13 for Usyk scores one single round that he didn't give to Usyk for Usyk, maybe the 12th, pick a round. All of a sudden it's a draw because he's got to win. Feldman's got him winning. The guy, the Frashenko, has Usyk, and Steve Gray's card is separated by one round. One round, all of a sudden it's a draw. We've got a draw.
Yeah, and
one
again,
for Usyk, one for AJ, and a draw.
And a draw, and see, Feldman wasn't going to have a draw because a draw don't get him across the finish line.
Right.
If his guy was champion, then a draw keeps the title for him. But in this case, a draw keeps the title for the champion, who's Usyk. So he's got to do what he got to do. And so, again, the 10th and 11th, he had no choice. That was too it was too widespread in favor of Usyk. And the 12th, he said, hey, I gotta freaking jump in here and do what I gotta do. And he's the only guy who didn't give that round, obviously, to Usyk, the guy who earned it. So look,
he's the only guy in the world that saw AJ winning that round. Even AJ probably didn't think he won that round.
Thank God we got it right, but it's not right. It's not right. It's not right. I'm sick and tired of it. And I really, there's no oversight. See, all the other sports have a commission, and some kind of national czar commission, somebody who makes sure this crap doesn't happen. But not here, not in boxing. You have all these different, omnipotent commissions all over the country. Some of them are more of a joke than others. As you know, some of them try hard, but really, at the end of the day, they don't have any real teeth. And some of them are just complicit with this stuff because they go along with the promoters. You know, they allow the promoters to have the judges they want. Whatever it takes. Because at the end of the day, you don't have a commission if you don't have a promoter. Because the commission is there to do what? To commission boxing. And if you don't have a promoter putting boxing shows on, well, you don't have a commission. So the commission has to kind of, go along and kind of, I hate to say it, but take their marching orders sometimes from these promoters sometimes. Because, again, if the promoters aren't giving them work, then there's no sense in having a commission. There'd be no reason to have the existence of one.